Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today's video is going to be discussing my 6-month experience with using xylitol as well as my 6-month results with using xylitol, and that will include before and after photos. So I'm excited to talk about this. I'm excited to share with you, and without further ado, let's get into it. I found the information on xylitol kind of by accident when I stumbled upon the YouTube page for Dr. Ellie Phillips, uh, who is a wonderful functional dentist, and I continue to be completely thankful and grateful that she is on YouTube sharing her wealth of knowledge and sharing her information with all of us out there, because it has been life-changing for me and life-changing for my family. Now, I have posted two other results videos. I posted one at the 4 to 5 week mark, and I posted a results video for my 12-week results. And I will link those in the description box below, just in case you want to check those out and kind of see where we've been, where we're going, that kind of thing. But yeah, I will link those in the description box below in case you want to look. So in addition to taking xylitol, and I take xylitol 5 or 6 times a day for a total dose of 6 grams per day, and I take it in the morning, at bedtime, and after any meals and snacks. But in addition to taking xylitol, I also have implemented some other changes, and I did not do these all at once. This has been an ongoing process. I did start with just taking xylitol. That's all I did in the very beginning 6 months ago. But over time, I have added in some other things to help with my oral health. So one thing is that I gave up regular flossing. So Dr. Ellie, she says that if you have inflamed, irritated, basically diseased gums, that flossing can actually make this problem worse. So it's not to say that I never use floss or I threw out all of my dental floss. I just only use floss if I have something legitimately stuck between my teeth. I do not use floss as a daily measure. So that was the first thing. I gave up flossing. Another measure that I did take was that I switched my toothpaste. So prior to finding Dr. Ellie and starting on this journey 6 months ago, I was using a whitening toothpaste with peroxide and baking soda in it. And Dr. Ellie says that some of these whitening ingredients are just too harsh on your mouth and too abrasive. So I switched to the toothpaste that she recommends, and it's not a costly toothpaste. It is Crest Cavity Protection. Crest Cavity Protection. And I've been happy with it. And another thing that I did was I switched to a flossing toothbrush. This is by the brand Nanda. There is another brand, and this is the one that Dr. Ellie actually talks about more, and that's the Dr. Plotka flossing toothbrush. So the flossing toothbrush, it has little micro bristles on top that really help to get into hard to reach areas where bacteria and plaque like to form, break up that plaque and help you to brush it away. Another important step that I did add into my routine, and I did not do this from the very beginning, it took me about a month to get into it, is I started implementing gum massage into my routine. And I just do that twice a day when I'm brushing my teeth. I do toothbrush assisted gum massage, and I did make a video on this channel that goes into that and breaks it down step by step if you do want to check that out. I may link that down below in the description box. And finally, something I did that I think was really beneficial for me, and I didn't even realize that I was doing myself harm, is I gave up my constant sipping habit. So I'm a big water drinker, and staying hydrated, it's definitely great. But what I learned from Dr. Ellie is that if you are constantly sipping, you are constantly washing away your saliva. And without that saliva, it makes it really hard for your teeth to care for themselves. It makes it hard for your teeth to remineralize. And that's especially true when you're using xylitol. So you're taking xylitol, it's helping to starve off those bad bacteria, the strep mutans especially, and it's also helping to bring forth that healing, slightly alkalytic saliva. So if you keep sipping though, even water, you're washing that away and you're kind of negating the benefits that you would be getting. So what I do is whenever I take xylitol, so again, in the morning, at bedtime, and after meals and snacks, I do not eat or drink for a minimum of 1 hour. Now, of course, I'm talking to you about all these things that I do, but just keep in mind that not every day looks the same. Not every day is 100% perfect because none of us are perfect, but these are the products that I use, and this is the routine that I attempt my best every day to stick to. And speaking of products, I did just want to take a minute and say that nothing that I am discussing today is in any way, shape, or form sponsored. I'm just sharing with you what I use just to try to be as transparent as possible. And also with that, I did want to say that with taking my xylitol, as I mentioned, I take 6 grams per day. I do use 2 different types of xylitol to reach my goals. I use xylitol mints, and I also use xylitol granules. So the type of mints I use, and this has been the type of mints that I have used from the very beginning, day one, and that is Weldental Mints. These are 1/2 gram of xylitol per mint, which is pretty typical across the mints. Dr. Ellie's brand is Zellies, and her mints are also 1/2 gram per mint. And then I also use xylitol granules, and I use the NOWFoods brand. I need to get some more. I use the NOWFoods brand. This is a corn-based product. I know some people prefer birch, but I do use the corn-based. It's a non-GMO organic source. So and then just one other thing, I just wanted to make sure to say this. I always put it in my description, but I am not a dentist. I am not a dental professional. I am just a regular person coming on here, excited about my results and wanting to share those results and share my experience in the hopes that it can benefit others. So these are my own thoughts, my own opinions, my own experiences, but please, everybody, make sure that you're out there, that you are doing your own research, forming your own opinions, and choosing the routine that works best for your individual lifestyle. Now, something that I get asked about quite often is if I am using Dr. Ellie's complete mouth care system. And the answer is no, I am not using her system in its entirety. So I do watch Dr. Ellie, I follow Dr. Ellie, I respect Dr. Ellie, I love all the information that she is sharing, but I do not use her system in its entirety because I do not, and I have not over the past 6 months, used her rinses or mouthwashes. And this is just a personal choice. This has nothing to do with how I feel about Dr. Ellie or the information she's putting out there, or me believing or not believing in the efficacy of her system. And I've met many people along this journey who do use her system in its entirety. I've met many people along this journey who use her system in parts of it here and parts of it there, but don't do the entire thing, like myself. And then I've met people who literally just use xylitol. And I will tell you the common thread amongst all 3 groups of these people is that they are all, for the most part, in the vast majority, reporting great positive outcomes. All right, so here we go. All right, so these are the results photos. And the top photo is from day one. So this is literally the day that I received my xylitol mints in the mail, and I was just starting. And I do apologize for the quality of this video. I can't go back in time and retake the photos. When I took this photo, it was for my eyes only. I just wanted to document what was going on so I could see if I was having progress. Um, so yeah, that first photo was taken at nighttime, and it was taken at a time where I had no clue that I would be coming onto YouTube and sharing my journey. But here we are. So the second photo down was taken just maybe 3 weeks into starting with xylitol. So at that point, really all I'd done is taken xylitol mints, and I had switched my toothpaste by that time. I had not started doing gum massage at that time, but I just wanted to include this with the first photo, just to show how quickly I was starting to see changes. So you can already see that I was having increased remineralization. I've had tooth transparency for as long as I can remember in my adult life, and probably even in my late teens, especially my top front teeth on the bottom and my bottom front teeth on the top. So those areas I was always having tooth transparency, and so even at this point, just a couple weeks in, you can see that I'm already having some remineralization happening, and that also you can see that the gums were already feeling and also looking less inflamed, less irritated. So just even very, very quickly into this journey, I was seeing positive changes. And that really made me excited and made me want to keep going. And of course, the bottom photo is now 6 months into this journey. And you can see that my teeth look so much whiter and brighter and healthier. And I attribute that to the teeth being able to remineralize now that they are getting regular access to good, healthy, slightly alkalytic saliva, which is made possible by taking the xylitol regularly. And because I'm not constantly sipping, so I'm not washing away the saliva, I'm not washing away my teeth's opportunity to remineralize. And as for my gums, which I was honestly more concerned about my gums than my teeth, I mean the tooth demineralization, the tooth transparency, it wasn't great. It was a little concerning, but my gums are what really had me worried. My gums are what really sent me on this journey. And as for my gums, they honestly feel amazing. And sometimes I look back at the fact that it's only been 6 months and I can't believe what I've been able to achieve with such a relatively short period of time, 6 months, and with such simple changes. And so it makes me really grateful and really thankful. When I started with this, I had been dealing with gum issues for almost 20 years, gum recession. I developed a rather serious gum pocket on my left lower central incisor. And I had developed black triangles between basically all the teeth from one canine to the other canine. And my gums were painful, they were irritated, they were weak, they felt and looked like tissue paper. And I had honestly gotten to the point where I was becoming very concerned about how long I might be keeping my teeth. Just because it had gotten that bad and nothing seemed to be helping to stop the progression, let alone reverse the progression of these gum issues, this gum disease. And now my gums feel and look healthy and strong. And this is something that if I wasn't seeing with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. But the black triangles, for the most part, are gone from my non professional, non dental person perspective. The black triangles that I have between every tooth from one canine to the other canine are gone. And with, I definitely before could see that there was an absence of gum tissue. And now that gum tissue is back, and the gum tissue is pink and healthy. And then moving past the black triangles, which have had just such a vast improvement, I did want to speak on the area that I get asked about rather often, probably the most often in the comment section, and that is that rather concerning pocket that I had developed on my left lower central incisor. And I am happy to report that the the results, the turnaround that I've had on that area have far exceeded any expectation I had when I started this journey 6 months ago. The pocket is gone. It is no longer collecting food and debris. It is no longer painful and inflamed. The gum is tight and taut against the tooth surface, and it is not nearly as far recessed as it was 6 months ago. It is not to my natural gum line, but the progress that I've seen has been so encouraging and has already exceeded any expectation that I had. But this is something that I am in for the long haul. So I'm just curious to see if it does continue to trend up on the tooth surface. But but already it has had just a remarkable improvement, and I'm very happy and pleased with the changes that I'm seeing. Again, thank you for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you got something out of it. If you did, please do me a favor by clicking that like button below. And if you want to be informed whenever I'm putting out new content, please ring that notification bell so that YouTube can tell you whenever I'm putting new content out. And leave me a comment down below. How are you doing on your journey? Or what did you think about today's video? Are you experiencing positive results with xylitol? Have you started xylitol yet? Are you still in the research phase, which is fine? And also, if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, continuing to support this channel and grow this channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. And with that, guys, until next time, bye.